A lot of people hoping to get together this holiday season will be looking to get their hands on an at-home COVID test. But can those tests detect the Omicron variant? NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber joins us now from Abbott Park, Illinois, home of Abbott Labs, one of the companies that's been producing at-home tests during the pandemic. So, Ellison, what is Abbott saying about Omicron? Can their tests accurately detect it?
It's a really good question, Joe, and one I think a lot of families have as they plan to travel and visit other members of their family and just want to have an extra layer of protection. The short answer is yes. Abbott says they are confident that their rapid at-home test will pick up the Omicron variant and all the other ones before. They have a lot of labs with machines that look exactly like this, running all kinds of tests. This machine, this lab in particular, they're running tests on COVID samples to make sure that their antibody tests work. But when it comes to all the other tests they manufacture, PCRs, rapid tests, they are running those tests in labs all around here as well, and we got to see some of them. So there are two ways that they say they know and are confident their rapid tests will work. One, they got access to the Omicron sequence, which literally, and we looked at this, and you can see it in some of our video too, it looks like a crazy code with just letter after letter after letter that they run through a computer analysis, and they're able to see where it changed, where others did not. You can see her pointing at some of it there, showing us the purple means the changes. And the second line there, that line, that is the Omicron variant, and it had the most changes. So they said by running their sequence through all of their computer analysis, they were able to determine that, yes, their test will pick up this new variant despite all of the mutations. The other way they say they were able to determine this is through a physical sample. They actually have partners all around the world, a global pandemic task force, and one of their partners in South Africa, who sent them the initial sequence, was able to take a physical sample from a patient who had the Omicron variant and run it on one of their rapid tests, and they say it worked. Here's more from the scientist here at Abbott. Was there a moment where you were nervous and unsure if your test would work for this new variant?
We always have a sense of urgency anytime we're looking at a sequence to understand whether it could impact our test. And so as I looked through the data, it was kind of like I was holding my breath as I was looking through it. And then when I got to the end and saw through all of the sections of our targets that we have conservation, it was a breath of fresh air to be like, this is okay. We can be confident in the results of our tests.
Joe?
So, Ellison, first of all, I'm glad someone can read all those numbers on those screens there, because I sure can't. But it's not just Abbott, of course. Other companies are making at-home tests. What are they saying about whether their tests can identify the new variant?
Yeah, so the FDA has approved over-the-counter at-home rapid antigen test kits made by 10 different companies. We reached out to all of them to ask whether or not they've been able to test their at-home kits with this new sequence. We heard back from 6 of those. Let me show you the companies that we heard from. They all say that they are confident their at-home over-the-counter test will work with this new variant. Abbott's Binax Now, which is, of course, where we are, Access Bio Care Start, Acon's FlowFlex, Quittle's QuickView, Illume, and also BD Veritor. So all of these companies say that they have run the Omicron variant, the sequence, the unique sequence, again, all those numbers, that crazy-looking code, and that their test worked for it. 2 of them say they were able to use a physical sample in order to ensure that it works. If you actually look at the COVID virus particle with me, the one that has kind of the crazy-looking red spikes around it, the reason why we are being told everyone is confident once they ran the sequence that their test will still work is because they say most of the mutations that occurred with the COVID Omicron variant, they took place in the red spiky parts of the cell, the spike proteins, and that's not the area that their tests rely on to test. So if you think of it as like a piece of chocolate, the peanut inside is what they're testing. The chocolate part on the outside is where all the mutations occurred. To give you a sense really quickly, Joe, of what the test looks like here, this is a Binax Now kit. This is what most rapid tests look like. 15 minutes, you can have a result for this one, any of the other ones. Most of them should be available at a Walgreens, a CVS, a grocery store. If you don't see it in the aisle, you should be able to ask your pharmacist for one. And they should be pretty widely available.
Yeah, that's the one I use, and I just asked them when I didn't see them on the shelves, and they found some in the back and brought them out for me. So, all right, Ellison, thanks so much. Those tests are going to be important, especially this holiday season. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.